Hi, Blastpop here. Today we're taking a look at the GMT game Newtown. Actually, it's a two-game package. It's Volume 8 in the Battles of the American Revolution series. And the battles are Newtown and Oriskany. The game is called Newtown after that particular battle. They're both smallish-sized battles in terms of the game series. Newtown was designed by Mark Miklos, and Oriskany was by Don Hanley. There are relatively few counters in each battle, and they're all on one counter sheet. You have striking cover art here of Chief Joseph Brant. It's a small, relatively thin box. It doesn't need to be a heavy-duty box by virtue of the fact of the components in the game. Gives you a bit of a sample here of a little bit of the history, the various games in this series to the date that this was published, and has a low solitaire suitability because of the game cards. There is the ability to actually play it solitaire and still have the tactics. There are a couple facilities for that. One is a chart you roll the dice, and it gives a final modifier to one player or the other. And there's also a C3I magazine strategy card index that allows you to come up with a result for solitaire suitability. Complexity is medium, and you got a sample of the counters and a sample of the map itself for the Battle of Newtown. In the box, although packaged as one deck, there are two decks. They're the traditional tactics cards, which each player has from which to choose, and by cross-indexing the particular tactic that they play with the opponent's action will yield a combat results modifier. Nothing new there, or you can use chits if you prefer. Additionally, you have Newtown cards, which are called opportunities. I believe the Indian or Native American player gets one per game, and the American or the colonists get them filtered throughout the game. So they add some differentiation from game to game to help the game not develop as similarly from game to game. Plus it adds variation and interest. Also included 2d10 and the handy dandy Ziploc bags. You have the standard rules for the Battles of the American Revolution series. And you have your introduction, you have your components, your counters, definitions, how to win, initiative, stacking, old standby standards, zones of control, movement, rifle fire, defensive artillery fire, close combat, line of sight, multi-hex combat, and the procedure for that. As mentioned earlier, the chits or the cards can be used and how it's used. Momentum chits, combat results, the paper itself is kind of a thinnish semi-gloss paper. Leaders, rally phase, army morale, followed up by an extended sequence of play. All done with a minimal 12 pages. The rules in the system are tight, been played for years. You have the exclusive rules for Newtown and Oriskany. All black and white rules, obviously, as you've seen. Also included are replacement counters for other games in the series. And differentiating tells you how to tell for each game which counters to use so you don't mix them up. Preparation for play. Opportunity cards, as I alluded to before. Series rules variations. Indian rules. Special units. Indian ambush. Newtown historical scenario. Historical summary. So all the special rules are done in 11 pages, including a fully illustrated cover, which there are no rules. So that's, again, a modicum, medium amount of rules. And that was for Newtown. Then it goes on to Oriskany. Against rules variations to the series. Special rules. Now, what's nice about these games are a lot of people don't have a lot of historical knowledge necessarily, unless you're an aficionado of the American Revolution. So in addition to all the special rules, there's nice, again, another historical article to help educate you and give you a sense of what's going on and help you hopefully enjoy the games a little bit more, because you know kind of what to expect and you get to see what the simulation value is of the game, which is nice. You have counters, copies of the counter sheets. In case you lose one, you need to make another. Orders of battle. And then the specific sequence of play for each of the games, both Newtown and Oriskany. Each game also has its own set of charts. The only thing I could suggest would be nice is that while some of the information may be similar, it'd be nice for each player to have their own card for each battle. Army morale adjustment, terrain effects, victory point. The tactical matrix, modifiers, close combat, rifle fire. Again, one for each game. A sheet of counters, double-sided, thin white core. I tend to like the white core because they're a lot neater and more standardized than the brown core, where it just doesn't look as nice to me, but your mileage may vary. If you want to take a little bit longer look, please pause your video. I do like the series quite a bit. Played quite a bit over the years and have most of the games in the series. Although I do not have the tri-pack of earlier games published in the last few years. Now you can see the overall map. The actual battle area is kind of small, so they have your morale track. You have a pre-game Indian enhancement table up here, which is basically a random events table. And you have various other modifiers, a map key, and a full sequence of play, which you already have, so I mean it's all handy dandy. Reminds me of SPI from the old days, where many of the tables you needed are right in play and easy to reach and see. Ambush table and the victory point. And army morale table. Morale is key in this game. Nicely illustrated, understated design. I like it very much. Very pleasing to the eye. And on the other side, you have the Battle of Oriskany, which is sort of like an ambush battle that proceeds on this forest road, essentially, up to Fort Stanwix, which is right up there. Again, you have your sequence of play, turn track, morale track, information. You have an ambush success table up here, the Herkimer relief column movement summary. Again, the actual number of the player is kind of small, so again they were kind enough to include important charts and tables within easy reach of the players, which is very nicely done. This has been a What's in the Box. A game by Newtown by GMT Games. And you might be able to find this game really economically available in terms of price. It's not expensive. It might be worth checking out. Price can be had for less than that of a magazine game, and it's boxed. And you have 2 games in one box. Very nicely done. Look forward to playing this in the near future. This has been Blastpop. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Bye.